So Rudy Giuliani took to Newsmax to give some thoughts about the latest controversies that are swirling around him, Donald Trump, and even some other bizarre takes about Hillary Clinton and those that whole expose. Let's watch some of his thoughts.
To just dislodge the president. So how can you have any confidence in this committee, which, by the way, is illegal? I mean, it doesn't have a minority membership. It really can't subpoena anybody.
So right away, he's talking about the January 6th committee, no minority leadership. They can't subpoena anyone. I'm not sure why he's saying those things, because if you look at this here graphic, in case you need to see it, there's a minority membership in this January 6th committee. They talk about them all the time. I'm not sure why he thinks that no one's gonna see that, but it's Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger are on this committee. They talk all the time. So some of the details from that is the panel's making it clear that it still expects Giuliani. This is on the second part of this. I'm sorry, here's our graphic here. Down at the bottom, you see Liz Cheney and you also see Adam Kinzinger. We still call those two Republicans, and this is still minority membership on that committee. There they are. They're there to show you guys their faces. In fact, the RNC points them out every time that they can. So I think it's pretty clear that those two are on the committee. So strike number one, Rudy. Number two, he's also saying, yeah, this fake committee that doesn't even have the power to subpoena people. He's one of those people that has been subpoenaed. He's also one of those people that they expect to cooperate, because he doesn't seem to be pushing back so hard. Let's go to some of those graphics now about what he is doing with the committee. So the panel's making it clear that it still expects Giuliani, a central figure in former President Donald Trump's failed bid to overturn the 2020 election, to cooperate fully with its subpoena. CNN reported last week that Giuliani was among 4 witnesses scheduled to appear before the committee on Tuesday who had their depositions rescheduled. So they have a little bit of back and forth when it comes to the timing and when and how and where, but he is still expected to cooperate. Continuing on, his lawyer is discussing with the committee the possibility of responding to questions and has, quote, signaled to the committee that he plans to take a less confrontational stance toward its requests than some other members of Mr. Trump's inner circle who are fighting the committee subpoenas or have otherwise refused to cooperate. That's weird. They can't subpoena people, but I'll do it. I'm not like the rest of those guys. I'm gonna be less confrontational. So more on what he was, his appearance here on Newsmax, and the exaggerations about January 6th. Let's check that out.
January 6th is nothing more than Russian collusion with another name and a new lie and a new set of crazy, exaggerated. It's worse than September 11. Yeah. It's worse than Pearl Harbor. It's worse than the Civil War. It's worse than the end of the world.
Well, this is classic Rudy. You know how he goes to these things. It doesn't really matter. It's worse than 9/11. It's worse than in the world. It's worse than Pearl Harbor. It's worse than all of these things. These straw men keep getting built. We know how this works. Say the Democrats are saying one thing that is not being said at all, and then knock it down and claim that you're winning this argument based on absolutely nothing. Also, it's weird that he brings up 9/11, considering he was pretty much made famous, secondly, by 9/11 and how he was the great mayor of New York City when they went through this tragedy. So no one's bringing up 9/11, no one's bringing up the Holocaust, no one's bringing up all these things that they like to do to downplay what's happening here. We're talking about the attack on the Capitol, and they're investigating it, and you're cooperating. Now, shifting gears, as I pointed out, he was also speaking about Hillary Clinton, and conservatives are going crazy about the latest bombshells that are flying out. But he does want to point out he's a part of that too. He's got more information. Check out this from Rudy.
Well, how do you think Trump knew about it back then? I can't tell you exactly how, but I know how he knew about it back then. There's a lot more to come out. This is not, I mean, they may feel that it's gobbledygook, but it's gobbledygook supported by about 1,000 pieces of evidence, none of which have been revealed yet. I happen to have it in my bedroom, or my den actually. I've had it there for years, as well as the fraudulent election votes.
He's got all this gobbledygook information on Hillary Clinton and as we know, the Durham report and all these things that are coming out that he has more information. Why isn't it in the report? Why are you holding on to it? Why is it in your den or bedroom? We've heard this before. Again, Mike Lindell, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, and everyone that surrounds him, the Kraken lady, all of them, it's the same line if you think about it. I've got all of this information. The evidence is here. Mike Lindell had a full symposium. I've got the evidence. Look at it on the screen. It looks like the Matrix. No evidence. People analyzed it. They said it's garbage. Then we go to 18 to 20 different trials or investigations about their claims. Empty, nothing. More evidence? Oh, now it's in Rudy Giuliani's den. Then it got transferred over to Mike Lindell's bathroom. Then Donald Trump's toilets. It's for people who are still following and still giving money to Donald Trump and these guys for the election lie. Understand they're stretching you out as far as possible to the next paycheck and the next paycheck. So you can give them a few $100 more and pay them for lying to you. People lying to me are free. I see it every day. You don't have to pay for it, but these guys do. Rudy Giuliani, I don't know. We'll see what he tells the committee and he tries to clear his name in some kind of way, we'll see. I don't know where his brain is. I'm not sure if he does either.